Hola a todos. En este video vamos a hablar otra vez de el alfabeto. En esta lección vamos a hablar específicamente de la pronunciación de unos consonantes especiales. So consonantes are consonants, so these would be our letters that are not vowels. Las letras que no son vocales. Okay? So today we're going to talk about not the whole alphabet, just the ones that are making special sounds in Spanish in special instances. Okay? So we're going to start by talking about the one letter in Spanish that doesn't even make a sound, which would be the letter H. Now, in Spanish, this letter is called H. H. So la letra H does not have a sound. Doesn't matter where it is in the word. You don't pronounce the letter H. Okay, so for example, hola, not hola, not holla, right? Remember we talked about vowels before. We've got a nice round O and a nice A. So we don't pronounce our H, and we just have hola. Hola. So you might be asking yourself, why even have the letter H there if it's not even going to be pronounced? Well, some words are different if they have the H. For example, hola means hello, but hola is a wave. Okay, so sometimes how we spell things really makes a difference. You know, like in English, there. So an H, as I said, does not make a sound, no matter where it is in the word. So this word, for example, which means now, is ahora. Ahora. We kind of ignore that H in the middle. Ahora. Ahora. It does not make a sound. Or in hombre. Hombre. Once again, that H is silent. We go right to the O. Hombre, which means man. Hombre. Now, the one instance when the H is allowed to affect the word is when it's next to the letter C. For example, chico makes the same sound as it does in English, a nice ch, chico. Chico, which means boy, or chica, which means girl. So H, no sound, unless it's with a C. Adiós, H. La próxima letra importante might confuse us a little bit with this letter H. That's the letter J, which is Jota. Now, Jota, so we have, up here we have H and then Jota, right? H, Jota. But H doesn't make a sound. Jota does make a sound. And the sound it makes is a nice ha. For example, in English, like the words help or horse or pretty much any other word in English that has an H not next to a C. So, ha. A great example that is often mispronounced of this sound is in jalapeno. Right? Jalapeno. Jalapeno. Not jalapeno. 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 Or jardín. Jardín, which is a yard, not so much a garden. Jardín, jardín. O otro ejemplo es juego, juego, juego. It's not a strong j, it's more of a soft. So that is jota. Okay? El próximo consonante de que vamos a hablar es la letra L. So one L alone makes your typical L, la 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 sound. But two L's together make a Y sound, such as in yes or yell. Okay, a perfect example of this is the word llama. Okay, llama, like the animal, llama. Llama can also mean calls, like ella llama a su mamá. She calls her mom. How nice. Llama, ya. Another example is amarillo. Okay, we have ya, amarillo, amarillo. Or the verb, amarillo, which is the color yellow. Or the verb pillar, pillar. Pillar is like to catch. And como la policía necesita pillar el criminal. So, llama, amarillo, and pillar. Now, you'll notice it is ya. However, in some regions like Argentina, it becomes sh. So, it'd be llama, amarillo, pillar. It can also sound like a J in some area, in unos areas, in some areas, like llama, amarillo, pillar. It all kind of depends on where you are, and that's not something you're going to learn until you're in that area speaking with local natives. Okay, so llama, amarillo, pillar, ya, ya. Okay, let's move to our next consonante, que es la letra N. Now, in Spanish, there is a nice simple N, letter N, just like it is in English, except some words put a little tilde over the top. Now, this little tilde, it might not look like much, but this little tilde makes a world of difference because it changes this from N to Enye, Enye. So, a wonderful example of this is año, año, which means year, año. Okay. Another example is cañón, 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 which means canyon or cannon, cañón. Otro ejemplo que usamos todo el tiempo es simplemente español, español, año, cañón, español, ña. Nuestro próximo consonante es la letra V. Now, the letter V, and I just want to bring this to your attention, if you pronounce it like a V, you're going to be okay. But oftentimes it's pronounced more like a B, especially when it's at the start of a word, like the word vaca, vaca, which means cow, vaca. So if you have interactions with a lot of native Spanish speakers, you'll find that they might have trouble and they might mix up B's and V's. That's a really common error because they do sound the same. They sound very similar in the Spanish language. So, be, vaca, which means cow, vaca. And this is most often when it's at the beginning of a word. Another example would be veinte, veinte, which means 20, veinte, veinte. So this one is just a little bit special because it's more of a B than a V. B, vaca, veinte. Inside of a word, an example would be avión, which means plane, avión. So you'll notice the B is very, very light, avión, avión. Another letter that has only a slight difference between the English and the Spanish es la letra Z, zeta. Now, in English, this would be a Z, right, like as in buzz, but in Spanish, it's actually more of a S. Okay, for example, the color azul, azul, which is blue, azul. It's more of a S than a Z. It's not azul, azul, azul. Or taza, which means cup, taza, taza. If you go to Spain, this is theta, and so you'd say azul or taza. But in most Spanish-speaking countries, it is just a simple S sound, azul, taza. All right, so now we're going to talk about a group. We're going to talk about the letter G, or in English, it's the letter G. Okay, now G, la letra G, this is one of the few letters that actually has two sounds. It has two sounds depending on what comes after it. Okay, so the G is going to make a nice hard G sound, G as in good, when it has a consonant after it, like an R, or if it has an A, an O, or a U, ga, go, gu. Okay, for example, iguana, iguana, we have that nice G sound, iguana, or pagar, G, pagar. Pagar means to pay. Pagar. We have that g sound to it. However, if I have the letter G followed by an E or an I have more of a guttural ch sound. Okay? For example, gerente. Gerente. Gerente means manager. Gerente. It's more of a ch. It's not a g. And if you can't ch, just do a h like an H. Gerente. 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 Okay, another example is jengibre. Jengibre. Jengibre means ginger. So gerente, jengibre. So we have a ch if it comes after, or if it comes right before an E or an I, gerente, jengibre. Or we have a g if we have an A, O, or U, such as an iguana or pagar. Our next one also has these sound changes to it. This is the letter C, or la letra C. Vamos a hablar de la letra C. Now, la letra C, los dos sonidos son como en el inglés. Our two sounds of the letter C are exactly like they are in English. We have a soft S sound, the S that we get from S, right? Such as in cider or place. And we have a hard K sound, such as in cat or cot or culinary. Now, the rules for when we use these are actually pretty much the same as in English as well. So, for example, if I want my soft S sound, there's my hard K sound. If I want my soft S sound, then my C is going to be followed by an E or an I. Okay? For example, el nombre. Cecilia. 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 Or the number cien. Cien, which means 100. Cien. However, if I have a C followed by a consonant like an R or an L, or a vowel such as A, O, or U, then I'm going to have my hard K sound. Por ejemplo, cambio, which means change. Cambio. Cambio. Or is it a fruit? Coconut? Coco. El coco. Okay. Or a crib, which is a cuna. Cuna. So soft, S, hard, K. Okay? Now I do want to focus on this hard K for a second because there's a very common mistake between English and Spanish. And that takes us to our last letter, which is Q. Okay? Now, the letter Q in Spanish makes a hard K sound. It does not make a qu sound like it does in English. So in English, we would see this and we would think quick, right? But in Spanish, it's just k, like is in kiwi or kick. There's no qua to it. All right? So for example, we have the question word que, which means what? Que? What? Que? It's just que, not que, que. Que. Or quinto, which means fifth. Fifth, like I'm fifth in line. Quinto. Quinto. Or ataque. Ataque. Ataque, attack. Ataque. There's no qua, it's all k, just k. Que, quinto, ataque. If I want the qua sound, I'm going to come down here to my CU combination, such as in the question word cuando, which means when. Cuando. Or cual, which means which. Cual. The CUA gives me qua, which you can see if you break it apart. K-U-A, qua, qua. Okay? Qua. Cuando, cual, ataque. See? So those are my special sounds of the alphabet. I hope that this video has helped you out. Stay tuned for our next video. Y si tienen preguntas, dímelo. Let me know if you have any questions.